first time I saw Rochelle Raccoon, she was trying to break into Mayhem's catio. I suppose she was trying to get in out of the rain, but I don't know why she was trying, because she had a perfectly good nest almost on the other side of the wall above the living room ceiling. Of course, I didn't know she had a nest at the time. A few days later, I heard a chittering in the area and found the nest. So here's Rochelle leaving the nesting area. It's at the corner of the living room, and you can see that the roof continues over the sun porch to the ventilation opening, where she sees the light. Under the insulation is plastic sheeting that seals the house so air can't get in and out through the ceiling, walls, and floor, and instead is brought into the house through a heat exchanger. But I'll talk about that in another video. Rochelle is walking across the roof from the east. There are a few trees close to the roof in that direction, and the sun porch is on that side of the house as well. So she's probably climbing one of those two things to get up on the roof and back down to the ground. The material she moves aside to get in the attic is a nylon window screening, which has been stapled to the rafters along the lower edge of the eaves to allow ventilation that keeps the house cooler in the summer. It keeps insects and birds from nesting in the attic, but doesn't stop raccoons apparently. When I get the raccoons out, I'll have to put chicken wire there, and that should do the job to keep the raccoons out. This footage is coming from security cameras I put up. I needed them in a property I once owned and had them available to keep track of the raccoons. This camera is attached to the garage and overlooks the breezeway that connects to the house. So it's moving day at the nest. Under the plastic is a drop ceiling, and I had moved the tiles aside and put some boards there on the tracks for support because the plastic was hanging down pretty low. Rochelle must not have liked that because she moved the kits to a new nesting area the next day. Here's the new nesting site. It's next to louvered screen panels that are screwed into the higher walls, and the openings are big enough to climb through if needed. The top layer of insulation is loose so that it can be smoothed down when I get the raccoons out. I have a heart trap, so I'll use that to capture the raccoons when it's time. The kits won't be independent until probably October, so I'll need to release them all at once. I have cat carriers and some dog cages that a previous occupant left behind, so hopefully I'll be able to transfer them into those and it won't be too long between captures. I think they may be 4 to 6 weeks, the kits that is, so I'm thinking the middle of August would be a good time for the eviction. If anyone has any experience relocating raccoons, please leave a comment if you have some useful information. Once I do get the raccoons captured, I'll be taking them to the far side of the beaver pond where the herons nest, and hopefully that'll be far enough away that they won't readily come back to the area. And hopefully I'll be able to raccoon-proof the house so they can't get back into the attic. I'll let you watch the rest of the video in peace, and I'll see you in the next adventure.